It was a little less than 2 weeks ago when those FBI agents came under fire while attempting to serve a warrant. 5 agents in all were shot. 2 of them later died. Now, this is a scenario that's always in the backs of the minds of local ICAC Task Force members whenever it is they're trying to serve a warrant, because they say you just never know what's going to happen. Those Florida agents coming under fire while serving a warrant on a man suspected of trafficking in child porn. Special Agents Dan Alphin and Laura Schwarzenberger died that morning, the suspect later taking his own life. Now, Utah's ICAC Task Force, they're one of more than 60 similar teams in the U.S. They've arrested dozens and dozens of suspects over the past 20 years right here in Utah. But agents say no arrest is routine, and they watched in horror as the scene in Florida unfolded.
And our hearts are still heavy for our colleagues in Florida. As I mentioned, there's 61 task forces. They were part of one of those 61 task forces. So we have our immediate family here in Utah, but they're our extended family in Florida. And our hearts are heavy, and we understand the challenge as well as they do. And obviously our hearts and our prayers go to the family of those lost.
White says while serving warrants on suspected child pornographers typically is not like dealing with armed gang members or drug dealers, it can be just as dangerous. That's because the suspects, once the police show up at their door with a warrant, they typically know that they're busted and could be going to prison potentially for a very long time. That can lead to desperate measures. Now, the latest arrest, 48-year-old Lino Gonzalez, he was busted last week by ICAC and he went peacefully. He's now facing nearly 24 felony counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. He was already on federal probation for similar crimes a few years back. He's now being held in jail without bail, awaiting his next court appearance. In Salt Lake City, Scott McCain, Fox 13 News, Utah.